Hello everyone, welcome to day 29th of June Lead Code Challenge, and we are just one day away from completing the June challenge. Congratulations on that. Let's go and solve today's question, max consecutive ones. In this question we are given an array of integers where all the elements in the array are either 0 or 1, and we are given an integer k which states that you can flip at most k zeros into ones. Once you have performed the flipping operation, we need to tell what is the length of the longest maximum number of ones that can be generated in the array. The question is self-explanatory, pretty straightforward. They have given a wonderful example, which is nothing but 11100 000 4 times 1 followed by a 0. The value of k is given to us as 2. You can toggle the value of 2 zeros at max, and the ones that you will be doing it are these two, this one and this one, and the length of max consecutive ones after the toggle operation is performed is 6, which is highlighted here. The answer becomes 6. Without much ado, let's look at the presentation that I have created for this, and we'll be using a two-pointer approach to solve this question. Max consecutive ones 3 solution, lead code 1004. So let's take the same example that was specified in the question. The input array is something like this: 11100 4 times 1 followed by 0, and k that is given to us is 2. We will use the two-pointer approach, and I have jotted down few rules with respect to the two-pointer approach that we are going to follow. We'll create one pointer named end. I'll highlight it with E, and another pointer named start. I'll represent it by S. If you observe, the element at the end index is 1. That means you don't need to do anything, you simply move ahead. Pretty straightforward rule, which all of you will agree to. The second rule is, if the value at the current end index is 0 and the flipped count, will maintain a flipped count variable that tells us how many zeros have been flipped in the past. If it happens to be less than k, we will simply flip the current 0 to 1. We'll increment the flip count. So flip count increases by 1, and we'll move ahead the end pointer. Again, makes absolute sense as per the question. If my current element at the end index is 0 and flip count happens to be greater than equal to the max allowed value of that is k, what we will do, we'll move the starting pointer ahead till the time the flip count is not less than k. It doesn't become less than k. As soon as you are able to move ahead from the nums of start that happens to be 0, the flip count will be updated and the condition will be breached. We'll talk about it when we will go through the example. Just remember these 3 steps, and in the end we'll always check whether my current length, which is represented by end minus start, happens to be greater than the max length. If that is the case, I update my max length variable. So let's get started. We'll create a variable named fc, which is nothing but flipped count, which stores how many zeros have been flipped to 1 in the current iteration. Along with fc, we will keep another variable which is max length, which will store our answer. So let's get started with the iteration. And before that, let me just write all the indexes: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first element that we have at the end index is 1, so we'll simply move ahead, and along with moving ahead we will check the current length. The current length becomes end minus start. End is 1, start is 0, so 1 minus 0 is 1. The max length variable gets updated to 1. Again, the current element is 1. 1 is a happy case. We'll move ahead and end becomes 2. The current length is 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. Max length gets updated to 2. And the element that we have here is 0. In case of 0, we check how many elements have we flipped in the past. The flipped count is 0. We haven't flipped anything. So what we are going to do, we will update the flip count to 1 because it is within the limits of k, which is nothing but 2. 0 is less than 2, so we will update the flip count to 1 and continue the iteration. So this gets updated, and we'll move ahead with the iteration. Now end becomes 3. 3 minus 0 is 3. Max length gets updated to 3. Let's continue the process. The current element that we have at the end pointer is 0, and again we will check whether the flipped count is less than k or not. 1 is less than 2, that means we have still scope to toggle the current 0. What we are going to do, we'll update the flipped count to 2 and move ahead with the iteration. So E gets updated to 4. End pointer gets updated to 4. Now we will check the current length. Current length is end minus start. 4 minus 0 is 4. The max length variable gets updated to 4. The current element that we have at the end index is 0, and the flipped count is 2. 2 is not less than 2. This condition is not met. There is no scope for more toggling or inversion of 0. So what we have to do, we'll have to move the start pointer ahead till the time the flip count is not less than k. So this time we'll move the start pointer ahead. The current value at the start index is 1. So 1, you don't need to do anything, move ahead. Again it's 1, so you can't do anything, we have to move ahead, and start becomes 2, and here the current in value becomes 0. Since it has become 0, we can reduce the value of flip count. So flip count gets updated to 1, and we will move the start pointer to the next iteration. So start is pointing here for the next probable iteration. So start is here at 3 and end is at 4, and the value of fc is 1. We have fc as 1 and max length variable as 4. So far it's a happy case, and let's continue the process. End is pointing to 4 and the value here is 0. So what we are going to check, the nums of end is 0, this condition is met, and flip count here is 1. So 1 is less than 2, it's a happy case. What you're going to do, you'll flip this value and update the fc counter to 2. fc gets updated to 2 and you'll move ahead with the iteration. So E gets updated here to 5, and we will again check for the current length. End minus start is 5 minus 3. Start is pointing at 3 from the previous iteration. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 is less than 4. We will not update the max length variable. Let's continue the process. We have current element at the end index as 1. What we are going to do, we'll move ahead the end pointer. End gets updated to 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. So we will not update the max length variable. The current element that we have at 6 is 1. We'll update the end pointer to the next side for the next iteration. End points to 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. The value remains same. 4 is equal to 4, max length variable, so we'll not update it. Let's continue the process. We have at 7 index as end pointer, the value is 1. We'll move ahead and update the end pointer. End becomes 8 and start is 5. Start is 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. Max length gets updated to 5. The current value that we have is 8. We'll update the end index for the next iteration. End minus start is 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 is greater than the current max length variable and it gets updated to 6. And the current value that is held at the end pointer is 0, and the flip count is also equal to k. So this condition is not met. The third rule is met, and we'll have to update the start till the time the flip count doesn't become equal to less than k, because at max you can toggle two zeros. So the current value at the starting index is 0, so you'll update the starting pointer from 3 to 4, and this gets updated to 4. Let's continue the process. The FC count becomes equal to 1. From 2 it reduces to 1. Let's continue the iteration. The current element that is held at the last index is 0, and the flip count is less than k since you have decreased it. So what we are going to do, we'll update the flip count to 2, back to 2. This gets updated back to 2, and we'll move ahead with the end pointer. So end pointer comes here, which is nothing but 10. 10 minus 5, 4. So S is pointing to 4. Please keep this in mind. 10 minus 4 is 6. 6 is equal to the max length variable, so you'll not update the answer. There are two possibilities in this question. Either you update these two zeros, or you update this one or this one. In both the cases, the answer will be 6. I hope you understood this algorithm, and let's move on to the coding section. The first thing that I've done here is to define a start variable and an end variable, max length variable, and the flipped ones count. So I check whether I haven't reached the end of nums.length. If it is within the limits, the first condition was if the current element at the end index is 1, I update the end pointer. Otherwise, this signifies that the nums of end is 0. I check if flipped ones is less than k. If that is the case, I incremented the flipped ones to a higher value, flipped ones plus plus plus, and n gets incremented to the next pointer. Otherwise, we have exhausted all the allowed flips, and we have to reduce some flips. So this means reduce some flips. What we will check, if flipped ones is greater than equal to k, we will move the start pointer ahead till the time flipped ones is not reduced back to less than k condition, and along with that process we'll keep on updating the start pointer. In the end, we simply check the current length, which is given by end minus start versus the previous max length. We always choose the maximum length. We return the max length variable. The time complexity of this approach is order of n. The space complexity of this approach is order of 1. I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you did, please don't forget to
like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for viewing it, and have a great day ahead. See you tomorrow